Bro, I'm going to the Apple store and I want new AirPods, but I'm not sure which ones to buy. What if I made the decision super easy and in less than 5 minutes? Then I will give you a like and a subscribe. I'll even answer any questions in the comments below. Let's begin. Let's begin, bro. What is this, a documentary? Okay. Focus. So there's 3 AirPods that you can buy on Apple's website. The AirPods 2nd Gen, the AirPods 3rd Gen and the AirPods Pro 2nd Gen. These come for $129 a pound or about 13,000 rupees for the AirPods 2nd Gen, $169 a pound or 20,000 rupees for the AirPods 3rd Gen, or $229 a pound or 25,000 rupees for the AirPods Pro 2nd Gen. I'm going to call these the 2s, the 3s and the Pros. They all come in a sleek white case that charges the AirPods and closes magnetically. The cases are roughly the same size as each other for the 2s and the 3s, whilst the AirPod Pro case is slightly larger. All of them have in-ear detection and automatically play or pause the music when you take one out. They all support Hey Siri, they all support Bluetooth 5.0, and finally they all have microphones which are great for calls, and frankly for any office goer who takes calls on their phones, this is reason enough to buy the AirPods over just about any other earphones in the market. Sweet, not much to choose between them so far. Should I just get the cheapest one? Hold on, this is where things start to get a bit different. The Pros actually have silicone tips whilst the 2s and the 3s don't. Which is better? Well, the silicone tips come in 3 sizes which you can fit better into your specific ear size and get a good seal and superior bass on the sound. But I also know people who hate in-ear silicone earphones that is now kind of industry standard and love the natural feel without any silicone of the 2s and 3s in your ear. I personally don't get why, but I'd say that when you're in the store, pop a pair in your ear and see how they feel for yourself. Is there any other benefit to the Pros? Tons. The Pros not only get active noise cancellation, which means that they have software that actually cancels the noise out and doesn't try to just reduce it with a good seal in your ear. They also have a transparency mode which lets the outside sounds come in so that you can cross a road safely or you can have a conversation with someone in front of you just like right now. Is that why you're wearing AirPods right now? Good storytelling needs a bit of dramatic effect. Sure, I suggest you get more of the former and lose some of the latter. What else? Well, on the 3s and also on the Pros, you can pinch the stem to click for play, pause and slide up and down for volume. The stem press is a cool trip by Apple. It's actually just a force sensor, but when you pinch it, the haptics and responses makes you feel like you actually press something even though you didn't. You have to try it to actually believe it. Wowza! That's right, you can pinch once to play, pause, twice to skip, and 3 times to go back, and you can press and hold to toggle between noise cancellation and transparency modes. Some other thing on the 3s and the Pros are sweat resistance and water resistance, a wireless charging case which is an extra $65 on the 2s, adaptive EQ and spatial audio. Yeah, all nice words, didn't understand anything. So sweat and water resistance is pretty self-explanatory. IPX4 means that the rain and sweat is fine, but it can't take a ton of water. The wireless charging is pretty convenient and nice, especially if you have a wireless phone charger at home. Got it, but I knew these already. What are adaptive EQ and spatial audio, bro? Adaptive EQ is a feature that literally detects how the sound is being produced in your ear and then adapts the EQ or the equalizer to make it sound the best. And spatial audio precisely places sounds around you and makes you feel like you're on stage with your favorite band performing around you. This is kind of like surround sound but on steroids. So why is it better than surround sound then? In surround sound, if a noise is on the left of the screen, you'll hear it on the left side. But in spatial audio, if you turn your head towards the sound, it will come from right in front of you. As if you're actually there and you can move your face and body around live in the scene. Get it? Wow, that sounds very cool. Is it also there on music? It is, but I feel it makes less of a real difference with music than the amazing experience that you get with movies. And plus, only Apple Music and Amazon Music even have spatial audio right now. Major players like Spotify don't even have it. Plus, you generally don't move your head around that much when you're watching movies, do you? So it isn't that big of a deal breaker for the AirPods Pro. I'd say it's just a nice to have feature for me. Okay, but you haven't talked about the main thing here yet. You mean the sound? Okay, so first let me tell you the normal everyday user like you and me version. They all sound very, very good. The 3s and the Pros sound very similar with great bass and the 2s don't have as much bass, but they still sound pretty good. Okay, so what does that mean for me? Well, if you're an electronic music or deep house or EDM fan like me, you'll want bass, so the 2s are a no. But otherwise, they're all pretty good. Okay, but what if I'm a bit more of a discerning listener and a music enthusiast? Well, in that case, I'll add that the Pros with their adaptive EQ and better sound drivers sound so much nicer on the highs. So Ed Sheeran and John Mayer and Taylor Swift will all sound better on the highs in the voices, and the fullness of the sound can be felt if you care to notice. And it's quite a joy to hear the clarity, especially with the great noise cancellation that comes on the Pros. So if you care about music, I'd pitch in a bit more for the 3s or ideally the Pros. What about battery life? So the 2s have 5 hours built into the earbuds, the 3s have 6 hours, and the Pros have 4.5 hours. The case adds another 24 hours for the 2s and the Pros, and 30 hours for the 3s. So the 3s are the best. You know, as someone who's used all of these, I'd say that battery life is just not that big of a decision factor. Most people don't listen for more than 3 hours in one session, and if you do, you should give your ears a break. And the case charges them back up pretty quickly if you pop them in anyway. You can even charge one at a time for that one day in the year when you're on a long flight and you just have to listen to music non-stop. So it's not such a big deal, but if you care, then yes, the 3s actually have the best battery life here. Okay, so which one should I buy? Well, it's simple. If you can afford it and you don't mind in-ear earphones with silicone, get the Pros. The noise cancellation, the superior sound are totally worth it. These things will put a smile on your face. I use them everywhere, from the gym to the office to the train. And if I can't afford them, well then between the 2s and the 3s, the biggest difference is the sound quality and the IPX4 water rating. So if you're an electronic music listener or a music enthusiast in general, you need the 3s, and the 2s just may not cut it. But if you're a casual listener and don't like the feeling of having silicone in your ear, then the 2s are a great deal. Love it. You just earned a like and a subscribe. Since you're going to the Apple store anyway, why not check out my videos on which iPhone to buy or which MacBook to buy? See you there.